This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com in review. What I'm looking at today is 2020's His House, directed by Remi Weeks. And this is probably the best horror movie of 2020. No doubt in my mind. This is only the first movie directed by Weeks. Prior to this, he's done one episode of television and 2 short films. But this is his first full-length movie. And this is an incredible movie. It strikes me very much in the realm of, I think it's called social horror or something to that effect, exemplified by movies like Us, Get Out, that type of thing. But the thing is, His House does it better because it's not obvious necessarily that that's the approach it seems to be taking. And the thing that's most interesting about it is that it works on multiple levels. For instance, the story revolves around these 2 immigrants from a war-torn African nation. What the nation is irrelevant. And in fact, they represent all immigrants. And then they arrive in Britain, where things get progressively stranger. Now the thing is, as I said earlier, this movie works on so many levels. The immigrant experience is typically depicted as an idyllic one, in the sense that you have people coming from difficult circumstances in many instances to find better lives, be it in the United States or in this case Britain. So the thing is, that's a very distorted interpretation of the experience for many, I assume, because think about it for a minute. Never mind what's going on in your own country. You're uprooting. You're leaving everything you know. Your people, your language, your very country. These are things you're leaving behind. Now, for some people that could be a good thing. For most, I don't think it is. So they immigrate to Britain, and you're given a glimpse of the structures that are in place to help immigrants. And it's a horror movie in and of itself. They're impersonal. They don't necessarily care about the people they're supposed to be assisting. It's fascinating how the needs of the immigrant matter very little. And the resignation and the lack of interest that people go about their jobs. As I said, it's a horror movie within a horror movie within a horror movie. So these 2 immigrants, male and female, I would say husband and wife, but I'm not entirely sure of that. I know they're together, but I don't know if they're married by our standards. So they're given this apartment, and it's more spacious than they had expected because there are only 2 of them. And apparently it's unusual for only 2 individuals to be in an apartment, which is again a commentary on the immigration system. The movie does that a lot, which is again fascinating. So they go into this apartment and begin to make it their own. But then weird things start happening. Remi Weeks is clearly a fan of The Shining because throughout, initially in this movie, it feels very much like The Shining, from certain shots to the way certain entities appear. It's very Kubrick-esque, and I don't think that's an accident. It seems very much designed, in certain instances, to mimic Kubrick's work, which is just fascinating. And we come to learn that while they are reliable narrators, the story isn't quite as accurate as they would lead you to believe. It's a twist I did not see coming. And that's what's particularly great about His House. All the layers. And when the twist comes, it's so unexpected because it comes on top of everything else that's been going on in these people's lives. But the thing is, it's a logical twist. It's not by any stretch out of the realm of possibility. And it wasn't fantastical, it just made sense. Even though there's no way on earth you're going to see it coming. No way. It's not, I don't even think it's possible. Though it's very well done. Everything about this movie is well done. And I don't have very much else to say about it, except if you have not seen his house, check it out. And to repeat, this is easily the best horror movie of 2020. And in fact, I would argue it should be on the list of best movies of 2020, period. It is that good. It is that poignant. It is that well acted. It is a must-see. And that's what I think is a primary benefit of diversity. Remi Weeks is black. The primary actors in his house are African. I think African-British. But in any case, the diversity leads to a story and an outcome which is not going to be anything that you expected. And that's what we need. We need new visions. We need new voices. And Remi Weeks, with his house, is a showcase of what horror could be. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Review. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow.